I'm Albert Wingate, and I'm the executive director of the Carson Foundation. And we got involved with the project that Miracles in Action did, Resource Center, to support teachers and schools, etc. here in Guatemala. Our interest in it was really that it touches so many different people by just one gift. You can give a gift that will help maybe feed someone for a day, which is important, or you can give a gift that will keep giving and keep making a difference in lives, hopefully ad infinitum.
Hi, I'm Penny Rambacker, Director of Miracles in Action, and today we're going to visit the Patzun Teacher Training Center, which is right in the municipality of Patzun in Guatemala. And you can see some of the ladies sitting there. The activities have kind of settled down. The market's closed. It's towards the end of the day, but this is a time when our center is open because school is closed and the teachers now come to the center to lend out materials that we have and use our computers. So let me take you inside. Right now we're at the Sokopa building, and it's a community center that was built by a Norwegian foundation, and it's supposed to be used for community activities and projects. And we had asked for one particular building. It's this corner unit right here. It's 2 stories. Many of these are rural teachers that go out to these little communities, small towns with maybe 100 families, and small schools of anywhere from 35 to 350 children that go to the school, but they have no materials. So how are they going to get those materials? They come here. And I'll show you all these wonderful materials right inside our new center. Right now we're standing at the front entrance. We've secured the area because you never know when you've got valuable computers what might happen to them. And we also want the teachers to feel safe in coming here. So we've got some bars on the windows, an alarm system, but we are protecting 15 fabulous computers and books and materials. And let me show you some of the goodies that we have. It has a color-coded system that tells you the different types of materials and what grade level they're for. This is for preschool or kindergarten, and for first grade, second grade, third grade, games and activities, the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade levels. Basico, which is the equivalent of 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. We write down when they took the books, their names and information. We have sort of a library card. And then they can take the materials out for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever they need them. We've got flashcards, we have puzzles, games, fun learning activities, dominoes, just a ton of information. A globe up here. We're going to have a map pretty soon up on the wall. We have a copy machine, and on our copy machine we're doing a lot of overhead transparencies because we have books called A to Z program, and it's different levels of books on different workshops that can be taught here, not just a lending library, but workshops that we've got space for about 25, maybe 30 teachers who can come and learn from. We're going to have Wings Family Planning come and talk about how do you talk to your students about family planning and sex education. We're also going to have someone come and talk about how do you read a story out loud to children. And it's sort of story hour, because most of these parents can't read, so how could they ever read a storybook to their children? So we've gotten school districts to donate their used overheads. Instead of going to the garbage dump, I bring them to Guatemala. And here we have a system of storybooks on transparencies. This is the hard copy, which we would then Xerox onto transparency film. And you can see it's got pictures and words, and the teacher can have all of the students be able to see the lessons. Okay. This is one of the materials that the teachers enjoy using. They can check out this little backpack, and these are all in Spanish, and there's little activities in here. This one's all activities about balls, to learn about the shape of a circle and what comes in the shape. And here's a rubber ball that would blow up. There's chalk inside so they could draw on a chalkboard or on the ground, circle shapes, a story about balls, and different activities so that they can improve their vocabulary and make it fun. And these books are very good. They're wipe-off books, and we have about a couple hundred of these, and they will teach them how to write their letters, and then you erase it so that it can be used over and over again.
Okay.
These are leapfrogs. These are computerized stories. The book has pictures in it. It has a pointer, and you point with a pen to a word, and if say it's a frog, you will point on it. It will say the word in Spanish. It may make the sound of a frog, and it will read along with the story as you point to the letters and point to the pictures. It says different things. So it's a fun way for the kids to learn how to read. Our DVDs of all kinds of movies, learning things. We're going to offer Saturday morning movies. Come to the movies and bring your kids. This is another tool we use. These are nameplates, and each child gets one. They write their name on here. They're erasable. They have the numbers on them. They have right and left. They have colors and shapes. Here's all the colors. There's the alphabet. Here's some sample words. And here's a ruler. They can also learn to add so that you... Something I'm really proud of is that the teachers themselves actually told us what they wanted. It's not just Miracles in Action saying this is what you need. The one thing that they love the most is this copy machine, because they're having to pay a lot for getting copies. They have to take it to a local copy place. This here is called the Transparency Corner. Now, we haven't put our numbers up there yet, but we are going to put our financial numbers up here so that the community knows what was spent on the center, that what's the budget, and then what we spent, so that does happen. So if you put your numbers up there, it builds more confidence. And so we're going to have this corner. Full disclosure, we're going to have workshops. We'll have our projection screen, we have a projector. The students will be sitting in this large area where we'll have tables and chairs, or we'll have mostly chairs. And our hope is that we're going to be in full service with online workshops from teachers in the U.S. who speak Spanish and the teachers here in Patzun, which is a rural community that really is looking for, they're like sponges, they want to learn more. And they'll be able to come here and be talking live over the internet with their teacher in the U.S. And now we're in our computer workshop. We have 15 computers here, and just recently these computers were shipped. They're used ones that were worked over, upgraded, and are complete now with Spanish operating systems and ready for use. There's 15 of them that came in on a container from the US, and then we had a gentleman who knows a lot about IT and setting up networks come in, and he did the wiring. We've got them all on battery backup, and we've got them secured. So we're looking forward to having teachers start coming in and learning how to use a computer. It's one of the things that they just don't know how to use. And well, now that we have our model training center and that programs are starting to move forward, we're ready to use this as the model and have visitors come and learn how to do this, and let's duplicate it and do it in other communities where there's a lot of rural teachers. And from there, there's a way that we can reach out, and that's through not having a center, but through the internet. And some of the teachers that are in rural destinations or locations, they do know how to use a computer, and they can go to the internet, and they can now log on and participate in training programs that we're offering. Using a program, we're going to be using Illuminate, and it's the same program that's used by many of the universities who do online degrees, which is really exciting for me because it's not just universities that can benefit in the U.S., it's little villages and rural places like Guatemala and the community of Patzun, where teachers who have the equivalent of maybe a 10th or 11th grade education can come and actually learn on a computer from American teachers who have better education methodologies and systems. So I'm really looking for this to spread throughout Guatemala and maybe Central America and maybe all of Latin America.
Our hope and our dream is that someday that those kids that are learning now and that are being touched by this program now will be in using the resource center. So that was, it all came together, and we're excited to see what it's doing and what its potential continues to be.